car identifies as A45S. You can see the bumper is A45S, and also the exhaust, we have Ford exhaust, so that's funny. Hello guys, Ivan here and welcome to new video. So today we will take a full in-depth look at the infotainment system of the A35. This is the same for the CLA GLA GLB, and also some of the things are the same with the 35 and also the 45S AMG versions, and some of them are the same also for the Mercedes-Benz versions. And if you want to see everything about the infotainment system, then keep watching the whole video. I went down to the garage so we can see everything better without the sun glare from the sun. This is the first what you will see when you turn on the infotainment. And what I want to tell you about this, that we have great news with the facelift. And one thing what is changed with the facelift is that now we actually have the full screen always for the driver screen. With the pre-facelift, in the base configurations you have this small display here in the middle. This is now the same for the Mercedes-Benz versions, but for the AMGs I've seen always the large full display for the driver. Even the base configuration have the large screen, large display for the driver, which is fantastic because some of the cars had a smaller one. With the regular Mercedes-Benz versions like the A200, A250 and this sort of A180, you have the base version, but if you pay additional like 500, then you can have easily the large display. Before it was combined with the larger package. Now this is not anymore, so you can order only this if you want a more budget-friendly configuration. So what we can actually set up here, let's take a look. So you can control with the steering wheel, so you have a home button, OK and arrows. Then you have backwards, arrow for the backwards. This is for the cruise control, for the adaptive cruise control, Distronic, this sort of features. And then on this side we have actually home button, which is paired to this screen. If you are in the UK, that would be of course inverted. You would see it actually here, and the screen, this one would be always in the middle, but the driver screen would be there, and with the left one you would control the central screen, this one in the UK, and with this one you would control the screen which is for the driver, of course, because left hand and right hand to drive. Then we have the pedal shifters up and down, and here we have the AMG buttons for the, let's take a look. Beautiful animation. So this is to change the driving mode, and here different settings for the setup like the suspension, transmission. Alright, so here if you press on the home button you are going into the menu, and now you can change the layout, the design of the driver screen. So if you swipe with this OK middle button, you swipe like this, then you can check what we have here. So let's start from the right. We have service. So here in service, if you select this, you can see warning messages if there are any. Then you can see the tire pressures or tire temperatures for each tire separately, and engine oil level, what kind of level it is. If you need to add oil, it will show you as well. And then we have temperatures of the transmission oil, engine oil and coolant. So when it is blue like this, it means it needs a little bit more to warm it up fully. So at 50 degrees the transmission oil is warmed up as well. Then if we click on home button and we swipe, we have actually assistance. So with the assistance you can see what the car is actually doing. You can set the speed limit. So in drive you can select the speed. You can select the speed of the cruise control and also here the distance. So you can see here 4 levels. And you would see here the car in front with like a green box, what it is doing actually. And funny enough, the car identifies as A45S even though it is A35. We can see this on the exhaust. Next we have the navigation. If you can see, you have always these functions here, and this is for the fuel, and on this side is actually for the power and charge for the hybrid system, how it is charging. I need to just redirect the AC so it's not blowing on the microphone. So here is the navigation full screen like in the S-Class. It's really good. You can swipe here on the OK and you can zoom like this. Then if you click on the OK, you can see other options like the destinations, previous, favorites, or you can see zoom. You can zoom as well. And then you have map settings, so you can have a satellite map, then auto zoom, so it will zoom in and out, 2D heading north, so it will be two-dimensional map, so like from the bird eye view, and then in map settings also we can have a 2D north, so it always will be north orientation. Some people like this. Then it can be 3D, so it looks more like a flight view, let's say, like a drone view. And here entire route, if you have a route selected, you could see entire route as well. I like to keep it on the 3D and with the auto zoom. Satellite map I don't really need, so I have it on auto zoom. So if you go slower it will zoom, if you go faster it will zoom out. Then next is understated. This is sort of like a minimal. Also now the middle one changes, so you can have these in different colors. So let's check it out. If you press on the OK, you can select from these colors. So let's go ahead and check it out. So you can have a green. This one, the first one is like a sort of dark gray. Then this is like a teal, blue. This is like a purple, sort of like a pink, and then like a violet or like a purple. Last one is like sort of like a white one. I quite like this one. Is actually the closest to the Maybach. So what you can do is essentially drive like this. So you have only speed which is like closer to your actual speed. It doesn't show you full speed. And here you have RPMs. And of course assistance systems and all these basic information here as well. AMG logo. So it actually looks like a clean design. If you don't really want something what is too distracting, this could be interesting. And now in the pre-facelift you could not do anything with the middle one. Now you can actually tab here and have navigation, for example, here, and still you can have this display, which is great because it was not possible before. So that is great. This I believe is like for the music, sort of you can see the phone here, or podcast, like a neutral layout, the design layout. Personally I don't really use this. I don't think I've used it once, but maybe my father actually told me once that he would use this. So maybe if you don't really want to use anything, then this is a good choice. Then you have a classic one. This one I used many months, but recently I switched to another one. So this one is great because you have this sort of traditional design where you can see the speed and the rev counter here as well on the right side. And then if you go into drive, you can see the 1. So this is great. That's the gear, and this is what I like about this as well. And also you can see AMG logo here. This is not possible for the Mercedes-Benz versions only for the AMG. Also, when I shift to D, you can hear the sound. That's the rear camera opening up. It's always doing automatically at lower speeds. Also for the pre-save system, because we have here pre-save, as you can see here on the seat belt. This is the pre-save, and you can see it here. What it does is actually, when it's closer to the, we can say, imminent crash, it will play like a white noise. And also, let's change the ambient color. Also, it will tighten up the seat belt, so it needs to see what it is happening. What I like about this now, let's check out the fuel gauge, is now rounded, complementing this design. Also, what you can now do, you can swipe like this and change what is in the middle. In the pre-facelift, you could also change what is in these individual gauges, which was good for the customization, but I assume many people found it maybe confusing, I'm not sure, but they removed it now. So now you can change only what is in the middle. So you have always speed and RPMs. And the first one is the temperature. So with the temperature you can see once again transmission oil, engine oil and coolant. Then you have setup. So now if I change, let's say the suspension, so now you can see the difference here. Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus. Transmission, if I change, you can also see the setting is changing. Next we have the engine data. This one actually, if you are in park, okay, so if I add a little bit of the throttle, you can see Newton meters and kilowatts are actually changing. And we have actually great sound from the exhaust. Let's rev it a little bit. It's actually louder than the pre-facelift. You have now these pops like security for animals, people, and the engine will shut down after 20 minutes of idling, but you can force to do that so it doesn't do that. Tap here to prevent the vehicle from switching off automatically. So this is nice screen, I like this one. Next we have actually the odometer. So you have the first one and the second one, the whole over the lifetime of the vehicle. So then we have consumption from start. Now I'm idling, so that's why it's higher. But from reset you can see 7.2 liters. This is my consumption long term. Then you have eco display. You can see today I have a good score. I was warming up, of course, the engine. And you have a consumption, which is current. So now actually 800 milliliters. Less than 1 liter per 1 hour if I'm sitting idling. This is how much the engine consumes when it is warming up. So that's the good information. Then we have attention assist when it's last break, when you are traveling, and here is media. So this is the information for the songs podcast. And here you have a navigation as well, like we had on the full screen, but this is now the smaller one. Also very good to have it here. If you have a route guidance, you would have it also here. For example, let's turn the route guidance, navigation, and let's do where, and let's do Wien, which is Vienna, Austria. Let's go. Now it shows you here when you will arrive. So it's 1 hour, actually 60 minutes, check it out, and 86 kilometers. Here is the route, and that's on the highway, or you can pick another one which is longer one outside of the highway. You can cancel here. So this is also good to have it here. And that's it for the Classic. And that's usually that's everything what you can do. That's everything what you can do with the Classic. Also, when it is cold under 5 degrees Celsius, you will see here the snowflake. That's like to keep you alert from the cold weather, like possible ice, this sort of stuff. Next is Sport. The classic one and the Sport, all of these you have also for the Mercedes-Benz versions like the A200, A180. So here you have temperatures as well on this side. Here you have setup for the driving and Newton meters, kilowatts, how much you're using, and this sort of check it out. If I add throttle, looks like this. Personally, I don't really use this. I don't find this that much appealing to my eyes that I would use it, but it's fine looking. But I find other displays looking better. I like classic more, and also I like the Super Sport. Also, this is now red because everything is red with the Sport. And next is Super Sport. You can only find this for the AMG. So you can see these sort of fires. If I add throttle, you can see how it is like enhancing towards the sides, firing up. You have Newton meters, kilowatts which you are using, and now the fuel gauge is straight line, and AMG logo, temperatures. You can also scroll here and change. So here we have the setup as well. G-force, this is now the new one compared to the classic. So you have G-force. If you are driving, of course, faster, it will remember the best values. Then you have odometer. Once again, consumption from start. From reset, consumption at the moment. Media, navigation. This is how it is looking in the Super Sport. And this is for the gear, the last one. This is for the gear without the Newton meter and kilowatt on the sides, and this is now without it, and you can have it without or with. If I go into the drive, we have a 1. So this is first gear. If I want to show you how it looks when you have manual shifting, if I shift up, you will see now second one is here. It flashed, so that means it is not possible to shift. Also, when you are driving, it will do the same. So that's also what I like to use. So personally, I use either this or the classic one. These two I use the most. Sometimes I use the service if I want to see the tire pressures, but usually it is classic or the Super Sport. Super Sport I like because it is special for the AMG and it looks different enough, but I also really like the classic one. So I use this one for like 5 months, then I switch to the Super Sport. Now I'm switching. Now I use more the Super Sport, but I use this for like a first couple of months after I got the car. Let me know what you think about this. Which features or which displays is your favorite? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you appreciate this video, give this video a like, comment down below, anything, comment down below, and subscribe, turn on notification bell so you're notified for all upcoming episodes. Thank you so much for your support. Now let's check out the driving modes. So let's start from the slippery. So here we have slippery one. You can see here also you have this button here, dynamic. It's actually doing the same as this one, but it is staying there. Check it out. So it's not doing anything, it's not going anywhere now. So you can see here the engine, reduced, moderate, sport. You can change this, but not in this mode. So then we have the transmission, then we have the suspension, comfort, sport, and sport plus. You have the transmission, manual or automatic. Also the stabilization. So now we have sport handling mode, ESC, ESP sport, ESP sport. If you hold, then you have ESC off. If I hold it here, now it's ESP off. So no traction control. You want to turn it on once again, just tap here and it's back on. Then we have the AMG Dynamics Basic or Advanced for the reduced version. Then you have individual. You can set it up how you want. So here you have a possibility to have it reduced, moderate, sport, dynamic. You can also control it here from the steering wheel. But it's faster by hand by touch. Suspension, once again, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, and Dynamics, Basic and Advanced. Then we have the Comfort. Here you don't have reduced anymore, you have a Sport and Dynamic. Once again, you cannot change this in this mode because it's pre-selected. In individual, you can actually have, for example, the Dynamic. The suspension can be actually Comfort and Dynamics can be Advanced. And also here you can change and you can have it like this. So if I go to slippery and I go back to individual, it stays like we left it. Comfort, in this mode the car starts. Then we have the Sport. Now you can see everything is in Sport. And in Sport Plus, the suspension is even Sport Plus, and the engine, the drivetrain, is in Dynamic. In 45S you have here the exhaust button. In the 35 it works like that in Sport Plus it opens up the exhaust flap, and you cannot open it manually in like a Comfort mode. Only in the Sport Plus it opens automatically, and you get also enhanced sounds from the interior, also in Sport and in Sport Plus, when you are shifting and this sort of stuff. The pencil here, if you tap on this, you can change the order, or you can sort of disable the mode. So if I don't want to use this, I can tap on it. It's sort of in the background. Now you cannot see, sort of. Now you cannot even use this. So you can like hide this. Some of this you can, some of it you cannot. So you can hide, like, you still need to have two modes. So you can leave, for example, you can hide the, let's leave the this. So now you have only Comfort and the Snow mode. So if I leave it like this, you have only two modes. So if you give the car to someone, they don't have a Sport mode, so they can drive only normally. Even if they are here, they cannot like change it. They need to figure out here to touch this button, and here also you cannot change. So that's also something what you can do. Or if you don't use some of these, like for example you don't use Sport, only Sport Plus, you can leave the Sport and don't use it essentially. Next, the settings select. This is for this controller, so you can actually add things which are here or change the order. If I tap here on the pencil, I can now change the order. Also you can change the order here. Also now we can change the order. So if I want to have, for example, the Sport closer to the Comfort, I can have it like this. So now if I go to Comfort, and it wouldn't be here the Sport, but right away Sport Plus. So it's faster selected for you. And in settings select, you can change what you have here on this left controller. And you can see a bunch of stuff here. If you tap on the pencil once again, you can actually cancel, or yes, you can see, you can cancel things which you don't use. So you can have only two, for example, or you can add here, and you can see what you can add. The ESP, transmission, let's say we want to add transmission, dynamics, camera, view from front, view from rear, 3D view, consumption, dynamic select, vehicle data, and engine data. So for example, I want to have a view from the front. And now if I tap here I have a front view. So if I tap on this black button, it will show me front view. Check it out. Now I can disable it when I click it again. So that's useful thing which you can do here with the settings selected. And on the lower one you can also change if you want. So you tap on which one do you want, which you want to have on which level, the top one or the lower one. So that's in terms of this controller. Very useful to have it here at your fingertips, essentially. This is unique, I think, for the AMG, Porsche, and I believe Ferrari. But Ferrari has here this mode selector, Manettino. Porsche has as well, but I don't think they have this sort of advanced system for this. So that's really unique for the, I think, across the cars. So let me know which other cars have this feature. So I believe that's it in terms of the driver screen. You cannot add anything, so that's essentially it. Very beautiful in my opinion. Other brands don't have this as advanced as Mercedes here. So let's check out here the central screen. So first you have the menus. So you have, this is my profile. You can have a profile here with settings. You can select users, you can log out. So you can have a user without a profile, add user. You have the profile is actually protected with the pin, or the newer models have a fingerprint sensor here. Here in this car is blank because it was not available at the time. So first let's start with the fact that you can move the order of these icons. So if you select, you can now move this how you want. Also you can go there and move it there. Okay, so here we have phone. You can have phone 1, phone 2 connected via the Bluetooth. Here we have search for the contacts, Bluetooth, and settings for the phones. Then we have the navigation. So here you can actually see the huge menu. You can also use it with the touch. You have where to. You can type here. You can also do like this. You can write, for example, A, B, C. Okay. It's recognizing pretty well. Search by Google. Previous destinations. You can find here the fuel stations, filling stations. Then you can get route guidance. You can find the parking spots, places to eat. Then what is this? This is actually maybe some rest. Yes, this is the rest area, so this is also interesting. I believe this is also for like a trucks, like a larger rest area. Then we have like a coffee spots, coffee shops. Okay, you have home, work, which you can set up. In settings you have a route, other routes in real time, dynamic route guidance, which can be automatic, or then you have avoid options, so you can have avoid motorways, avoid vignette roads, toll roads, avoid areas, avoid ferries. Also, if you swipe from the app anywhere you are in the infotainment, you can actually see the player, so that's good. Then we have view, satellite map, weather, free flowing traffic, traffic incidents, auto zoom, overview of route after start, Point of interest symbols on map, maps, color scheme, automatic day-night, show additional information, current street, next junction, for example, map data, scale, altitude, and map data version. You can see here. Messages and tones, reduced messages, detailed messages, messages off, announce street names and traffic warnings. Then you have here the orientation. This can be 3D, 2D. North, I like to use the 3D. Then we actually can go and check out the, I believe this is the next, this is the also the altitude. So that's very nice to see. Then we have the radio. Also on each sub-menu you have these two, like a shorter. This is for the route, and this is for the home if you have pre-selected it. Then we have radio. With the radio you can actually see all the radio stations. You have favorites. Then you have FM DAB, digital radio, AM radio, and tune-in radio. You need internet access for this. Data package. Okay. Then in settings here we have actually radio settings for the Burmester. So you have sound profile, you can have personal one, you can set it up. Okay, so that was actually, wow, really good. The Burmester here sounds really great. I use it for a surround, but you can customize it as well. Then you have equalizer. You can have bass meets trebles. I usually add this little bit and this as well, depending what I'm actually listening to, and bass a little bit as well. Then we have balance and fader. So this can be like a +10, -10. I usually have it on the 0, 0. Sound focus, I use this for the sound optimization. I usually have it on the front, you can have it on rear or all seats. Loudness normalization, you can have on off, low, medium and high. Equalize the perceived volume to one level. And tune-in radio, this is unavailable currently. Okay, now next let's go to media. So here we have Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, online music, and USB. Okay, and here we have also Burmester settings for the media. Then apps. This is for the Mercedes-Me, weather, browser, gallery, and service, and hey, Mercedes Info and Mercedes Pay. So Mercedes-Me, this is the app. I want to do a closer actually video about the app, in-depth review. Then next we have a weather. You can also see here the ski. Wow, that's actually very good. So you can see the like a closest ski resorts. What kind of how much snow is there? I actually didn't even know about this. Wow, very good. So browser. This is for the internet, but you need like you need like internet access for this. Then gallery. This is for the collision photos. If you have the security system, which actually can do this. I have the base version, which is the not the base. I have the middle one, which is the Guard 360. But you can pay and have the one which is also taking photos if something happens. Next is service. So app for the service. Hey Mercedes Info, so you can see what kind of things you can ask the car. Okay. And next we have Mercedes Pay. I think this is for the charging and also like the things which you can essentially buy. Next is a store. Here actually you can purchase something from the infotainment system. Let's turn on the heating. So you have excellence package. This is new. 5 products. Guard 360. That's actually what you can have here. Excellence, you can buy it for €350. In-car office, AMG track pace, and individualization package as well. Next we have the comfort. Here ambient lighting, you can change the color. Let's actually check this. Alright, so let's check the colors here. So you have 64 individual colors, like the blue one, many interesting shades, like the pink one, red one, orange. The blue is the most visible from the single colors. Then multicolor, we have the ocean blue. So you have blue and like a turquoise. Then you have the Miami rose. Looks like this. Then we have the Malibu sunset, the turquoise and pink. And then we have the burning blue, blue and yellow. Venice pink, sort of pink and like sort of watermelon. Chrome shine, not much color here. This is sort of like a light blue and light teal. Red moon, blue and watermelon or pink. Jungle green, teal and blue. Ultramarine, a lot of blue shades. Fresh cyan, like I call this like a Petronas teal color here, and the blues. This is the racing yellow. A lot of, I would say this is yellow here, but also like orange. And here we have the racing orange as well. So out of these I like the Miami rose, and also I think my favorite is Malibu sunset with the pink and teal, sort of like a Malibu, but also like a Miami 80s or this sort of area, this sort of period of time, like Miami, Malibu, this sort of old school, let's say, old school colors. Next, in comfort, we have the brightness. So you can link the zones. Or you can actually have it direct, indirect, and vents. So now if I want to show you, so now if we turn everything off and turn them slowly on, so direct is here, this line, and also here, of course. The indirect is this one and the feet area as well, and the doors. And the vents, that's self-explanatory in the air vents. This one and this one here as well. I usually have it linked, and depending what kind of brightness I want, from 1 to 10, or sometimes I turn it off as well in the nighttime when it is too bright outside, when I'm driving outside of the city. Next we have effects. So you can have greeting. Ambient light welcomes you with the special color animation as you get into your vehicle. Climate changes, the temperature settings are visualized, difficult word, by the ambient light. Multicolor animation. Ambient light creates animated color changes with the selected color scheme. So I like this as well. And if I would have electric seats, I would actually have here a sort of feature which is changing the position of the seat a little bit, sort of not a massage, but sort of like it keeps you actually moving in the seat if you have electric seats. Personally, this car I don't have this, so it's not here in the menu. Then we have the performance. In performance, you have 4 actually sub-menus. So you have the vehicle one. In this one, you can see what is doing the suspension, the steering angle. And also, if you tap on the screen, you can see here another menu where you have a G-force, also temperature and pressure of each tire separately, and how much accelerator or brake. If I press on the brake, you can see it adds like 22%, and now the throttle, accelerator as well. Then in engine, you can see the Newton meters, kilowatts. Once again, if I press, you can see how much you are using during drive. Turbocharger pressure, temperature of the transmission, temperature of the engine oil, and how much torque and power you are using. IWC, Schaffhausen clock watch. This is like a start-stop, like a timer. And here you have consumption chart for 7.5 minutes, 7.5 minutes, 30, 90, and 3 hours. Next we have a settings. So here we have another sub-menus. So you have assistance, driving, active distance assist. The function maintains the set speed and reacts to vehicles in front. Speed limits, curves in the road, etc. You can adapt speed limit and have a route-based speed adjustment. Active steering assist. Function helps you to drive in the center of the lane using moderate steering interventions. Collision avoidance, active brake assist. The function can help you minimize the risk of collision with vehicles, cyclists, or pedestrians, or reduce the effects of accidents, and you can have it on early, medium, or late. Active lane keeping assist. You can have advanced support for this if there are no or not many markings on the road painted. Active blind spot assist. Functions warning of vehicles detected in the rear alongside the vehicle if a risk of collision is detected. Course correcting braking takes place. Then we have assistance, traffic sign assist, speed limit warning. You can have visual audible, and how much is the threshold. Attention assist, sensitive or standard. Function supports you on a long, monotonous journeys and suggests taking a break if it detects signs of fatigue or an increasing lack of concentration. Camera, GPS activation, you can open the camera cover as well. And parking, you can set warning tones. I have it on 3 and 3. And tone pitch. Whichever you like. I like the 3 one, the middle one. Then you have the audio fade out, audio fade for warnings, and time of warning. So you have side warning, and it can be front, and it can be early and standard for the front. Then you have maneuvering assist. This is very good. Drive away assist. I believe this is for the facelift for the first time. So you have drive away assist, warning for cross fading behind, cross traffic. So you have maneuvering assistance. This is very good. I believe this is only for the facelift for the first time. Drive away assist, warning for crossing traffic behind, and close range braking. So very good for the maneuvering. You can see if I'm against the wall, speed limiter deactivate. So this is protecting you to not hit the wall. Then we have the vehicle. Okay, then we have the vehicle, driving, winter tire limit. So you can do a speed limit for the tires. So you have winter tire limit. You can set this from 160 to 240 km per hour. Then you have automatic filling station search, car wash mode. The vehicle is prepared before driving into an automatic car wash. Maximum speed 20 km per hour. Mirrors will be folded in, windows and roof closed, parktronic off, rain sensor off, and rear window wiper off as well. Comfort, you have a roof roller sun blind. So you can close it here from the menu as well, and also open it. Next, occupant protection, occupant presence reminder. So you have occupant presence reminder. The functions warn you at the speed of a journey if persons or animals are suspected to be on the rear seats. Then you have belt adjustment. So it will tighten up the seat belt. Open and close vehicle protection. Interior motion sensor, towaway protection. This is like a security stuff. Automatic locking, when you start to drive, it will lock the car. Acoustic lock, I don't use this, but if you turn it on, it will like a beep with the horn if you lock the car. An automatic mirror folding, it will fold the mirrors. I use this, so that's good. Then actually we have open close. Okay, then we have the dynamic select. This is it can ask when starting the vehicle. You will be asked whether the drive program and the status of the eco start stop function should be adjusted to those selected at the end of the last journey. So this is how it looks. You're gonna have the last version of the driving mode here. If you start, if you turn off the engine, you'll get nice animation like this. Individual, drive dynamic. You can set up individual here as well. Then we have lights, multi-beam LED, dynamic low beam, so you want to use this. Then you have interior, exterior lighting, locator lighting, interior lighting delay switch off, and exterior lighting delay. It can be 15 seconds, 30, 45, and 60. And ambient lighting, we actually checked this before. Then in system we have voice assistance, hey Mercedes, and the selected seats dialog can be started via hey Mercedes and direct commands used. So direct commands as well. These functions allow you to use some voice commands directly without having to say "Hi Mercedes" first, the following functions are supported. You can see which ones.
How can I help?
Okay.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
Then we have online recognition. It can be activated. Contact upload for online recognition. Proactivity. Activate
I'm
your
sorry,
profile.
but I can't help you with that right now.
In certain situations, the voice assistant will be active even without being directly addressed. Activate your profile or don't forget your phone. Suggestions, it can learn and have a suggestions. Display messages, display brightness. I have it on -5. Can have it on +50. Activate, deactivate display, can turn the display off or system off. Then graphic goodies. On certain special days, the graphics on the MBUX are changed a little bit. Let us surprise you. Usually it was during some holiday seasons. And units, you can have kilometers, miles, or additional speedometer. So right now I have kilometers. We can change this easily. Now we have kilometers. Let's change this to miles. And we can have additional speedometer. With the miles, this is mandatory. With kilometers, it's not. So I can have now kilometers here and miles here, and vice versa, miles and kilometers. This is useful, I think, when you are traveling to or from the UK, or I believe Canada and US. It will be useful as well from these two countries as well, Canada or US. Okay, so next we have languages, so you can select your language, whichever you want. Keyboard handwriting, you can see keyboard languages as well. Handwriting recognition, slow, medium, fast. Readout, handwritten entry, handwriting recognition keyboard, and we can reset the dictionary. Control elements, this is for these as we checked before. Acoustic feedback, this can be off, normal, or loud. I have it on normal. And touch control, slow, medium, or fast. I like to have it on fast. Then we have audio, we check this. Then we have audio, greeting tone, parktronic, we checked this before, phone, speech volume, ringtone volume, voice output, volume and driving recommendation volume, and driving recommendations during call, audio fade out during navigation announcements, radio announcements, louder. Enter them, and this is for the Burmester as we checked before. Internet and Bluetooth, manage internet access, MBUX hotspot. MBUX hotspot, you can have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and NFC. Data protection, transmission vehicle position. You can read here. And system pin. Then we have time and date, software updates. No update available. Only after confirmation update. I have it like this. And reset. With info you have owner's manual, system information, and legal. Then if you swipe here, you have the smartphone. So this is for the CarPlay or Android Auto. Now we have here the favorite button. So with this one you can see favorites like the parking assistance, ambient light, consumption, traffic, route overview, Burmester VIP, browser, display, and you can add as well if you want. And if you tap on the car here, it shows you the car functions. So here you have notifications, here the favorites, and here car functions, car wash mode, parktronic, active lane keeping assist. Active, you can easily turn it off if you want, or turn it on, of course. If you swipe from low upwards, you get the player for the podcast or for the music. You can skip the song, pause it, and this sort of stuff. The start stop button is here, and here is a auto start stop. You can turn it on or turn it off. Next we have here the climate controls. You can see here the temperatures. You can tap on this and you can see the temperature. Here in this car I have a AC which has only one temperature for the whole car. You can get the 2-zone AC as well, but with this one you can select the temperature here. It also changes the color of the ambient lighting depending how you change the temperature. And next you can have a climate controls here. So this is for the front, windshield, where actually the car should blow the air. On you, on feet, you can turn it off if you want. What I don't necessarily use this, but what I use is I press here the auto button and it usually does everything the best. So also what I do is with this button I change the level of the fan. You can see it here on auto. If you are not in this menu, you will see here on the top blower, speed, automatic selection. So it's still in auto, but how much you can change this easily. So here is front defrost, here is the hazard light, rear defrost. You can close the circulation of the air, very nice and clicky buttons. Okay, you have AC button, and here would be sync button if you would have a 2-zone AC. For this car we have here the button to change the where it should blow the air. So it's a physical button as well. I use it on auto and it works well. Here we have the dynamic button. This is for the driving modes. Volume, this is for the volume of the tracks. You can also press and mute. And here would be fingerprint sensor, and this is for the cameras. So here we have 360 cameras, so you can actually change the position, and now the camera position, camera activation position is saved, and if I arrive here the next time, it will turn on the cameras automatically. Also here we have the automatic parking. Drive forward to search for parking spaces. And here we have the front. This is bird eye view, this is front. This is actually the wide angle. This is the rear wide angle. The cameras have really high definition. Here is like a 3D modeling of the side before it would give you a real camera. So in many new cars like BMWs and Audi, I think as well, they are changing the real view to this like 3D modeling. So that's what is changing. And this is from this side as well. So it's fairly accurate, but for the curbs, the camera view was ideal. The cameras are there in the mirrors, so it would be nice to have the possibility to switch for the camera as well. And this is the auto, where you can see like when the car is driving, you can see the auto. And you can also like move these like this. Check it out. You can see the surrounding my car identifies as A45S. You can see the bumper is A45S, and also the exhaust. We have Ford exhaust, so that's funny. But it looks really well, as you can see here. It can represent the area really well. The car has only few cameras, but it can like combine them to this sort of 360 modeling. So this is actually really good. So if you swipe here, you get the functions, favorite, and notifications as well. You cannot swipe from the top and have like a different theme like it was in the previous MBUX. Now we have the player there if you want to do that. Here on the steering wheel, let's check this out as well. So here you have the home button as we talk with the central screen. And here we have a button for the favorites. Check it out. This is for the voice recognition, so you can talk even with Hi Mercedes turned off. This is slider for the volume. I find this one more precise, the physical one. I'm really happy that it is still here. You can press here to mute. If you have a newer car, after the July, I believe, of 2024, you have here the speed as well, the speed, new speed system for the EU. It is always here, so you can turn it off if you want. Just tap here, or you can press the mute button and it will turn off. I will show it to you from different car, newer one, a couple of months newer one than this one. Here we have for the calls, you can pick up or put down the call. This is once again for the assistance systems for the Distronic, so you can cancel, reset, also limiter. Some people actually use this. I don't use the limiter, but for example, let's say now I'm pressing quite a lot on the accelerator and I can feel it's not going faster than 20. And if I do kick down, then yes, you would have a faster acceleration, but without the kick down, this is what the limiter does. Some people use it so they don't go over the speed limit in the city. Personally, I watch the speed and I don't have a problem with this, but some people actually use this. So if you have a limiter, you cannot use automatic cruise control the Distronics. That's not possible. So that's also something to keep in mind. So with the mild hybrid, the start-stop is much smoother than before. So that's also good. If you turn it off, it will just turn off and keep the engine always on. If you have a discharge battery, then it will have it turn it off, but with like an amber icon as well. So that's really great. Hold feature is if you are in drive, you want to drive, but you press on the brake pedal quickly and firmly. Check it out like this. Now you have a hold and the car is holding in place. So you can do this on the junction, in the hill, anywhere where you want to stop for a brief moment. So here we have the light. This is not directly for the infotainment, but I want to show you. So you have automatic lights, parking, main headlights, fog light here as well. So it's, you can see here the fog light. If you have the lights on the full beam, like a normal beam, and you move the stalk here, then you have a high beam. You can have it on automatic as well. So you have auto, and now you have automatic with the white one. If you move it away, then you don't have this. So it works like this. You have a washer fluid, and this is for the gear selector transmission. You can release the parking brake if you are being towed, for example, or you are parking on the, let's say, straight level, like in the garage or parking space. You don't want to, like in the winter it can freeze the brakes. So some people do this, that they actually release the parking brake after they turn off the engine. So it works in a way, but I'm not, this is like an incline, so I cannot show it to you here. So here we have seat heating on 3 levels, and next to it would be seat ventilation if the car would be equipped with it. We have also winter package here. So here actually is a switch for the heating of the steering wheel. So that's very good. You can see the amber icon, and it also shows us here. So it's off or on. Check it out here. So this was not possible on the pre-facelift, and this is part of the winter package. I highly recommend this. It's pretty warm. It gets warm pretty fast, and in winter this is unbelievable help. You don't need to use the gloves, which is much better than driving with the gloves. Controls for the windows here, and you can lock the car, unlock. You can fold the mirrors. So let's check out also this panel. Not directly for the infotainment, but I wanted to show it to you. So here we have a reading light on this side, reading light on the passenger side. In the middle we have everything on. This is when you turn on this. So now when I open the doors, the lights will not turn on, but if I have this on, now like this, now if I open doors, lights will turn on. So depending if you want to use this, I use it sometimes but not always. And this is for the rear passengers. Light as well there, check it out. This is Mercedes Me button. You press this and you are connected to the Mercedes operator. For example, if your car breaks down or something else happened, like flat tire. SOS button, so this is important to know. You press this and underneath you have this button with the light. You press this only when you're in accident and like a life is on your your life is in danger, this sort of stuff. It connects to like a 911 or 112 in Europe, I believe it's called. Then it connects you to emergency services, so you don't want to use this just by that. Here is the button for the, or let's say switch for the sunroof, so you can close here the sunshade. You can open it. Now we can open this for the ventilation. So you have like a small gap here, check it out. You can drive like this, or you can open it fully. Now we have fresh air coming into the vehicle. So that's really great. The window is tinted on the top. So yeah, that's in terms of the infotainment and some couple of other features which I wanted to show you. Alright guys, and that's it for this pretty in-depth review. Let me know what you think about this, which features or which displays is your favorite. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you appreciate this video, give this video a like, comment down below, anything, comment down below, and subscribe, turn on notification bell so you are notified for all upcoming episodes. Thank you so much for your support, and I will see you soon in the next video. Have a wonderful day.